If you're a Minnesota homeowner with over $500,000 in assets, August 1st changed how you can protect your family's wealth. I'm talking about potential tax savings of tens of millions of dollars and protection that can last for centuries. Hi, I'm Chuck Roulette. I'm an estate, elder law, and asset protection attorney licensed in both Florida and in Minnesota. And I've been helping families protect wealth for nearly 30 years. And today I'm breaking down the 7 biggest changes to Minnesota trust law that could transform your family's financial future. Now, these aren't just theoretical changes. I've been interviewed by USA Today, Live Life Large, The Epic Times, CNN, Money Matters about estate planning, and I teach these strategies to estate planning attorneys and financial professionals worldwide, including people from the IRS and the Treasury Department. So when I tell you these changes are big, I mean it. So let's dive in. Now, before we begin, if you haven't already done so, make sure you click the like and subscribe buttons so you'll be notified when I post new videos like this one. If you have a question, post it in the comments below and I may answer it in an upcoming video. And if you stay until the end, I'll share some resources where you can discover more. Now, the first change is Dynasty trusts. Now, Minnesota trusts can now last 500 years instead of just 90. This transforms Minnesota into what is known as a Dynasty trust state. And at our firm, we prepare an enhanced version of a standard Dynasty trust, and we refer to it as a lifetime asset protection trust. And here's what this means with real numbers. Let's say you have a $3 million estate today. Under the old law, your trust would need to end after 90 years, forcing your great-grandchildren to pay estate taxes. However, with the new 500-year rule, that $3 million could grow to over $100 million tax-free over 200 years, while staying protected from your descendants' divorces and creditors. The tax savings alone could exceed tens of millions of dollars over 5 generations. That's money staying in your family instead of going to the government. However, that's only if your trust is designed to take advantage of this feature, and unfortunately, most trusts are not. So if you would like to discover more about how lifetime asset protection trusts can protect the money you leave for your children, grandchildren, and future generations in the event they get divorced, get sued, have a job loss or a medical emergency that forces them into bankruptcy through no fault of their own, or even from estate taxes in their own estate, then you're going to want to check out my article and video on lifetime asset protection trusts, and I'll provide a link in the description below. Now, the second big change is ex-spouses and estranged family members. There's now increased protection. So Minnesota now automatically removes ex-spouses and their families from your will and trust after a divorce. It also prevents estranged parents from inheriting from adult children. So think about this. Your son gets divorced, but you never updated your trust. Under the old law, his ex-wife and her family might still be entitled to benefits in certain circumstances. The new law automatically cuts her and her family out, but only if you have proper legal documents in place. This is automatic protection, but it's not complete protection, so you still need updated estate planning. Now, change number 3 is what we would refer to as small trust efficiency. So trustees can now terminate small trusts worth less than $150,000 without having to go to court, and that's increased from $50,000. And here's why this matters. I once had a client with a $75,000 education trust for her granddaughter. Administrative costs were eating $3,000 a year, and that's 4% annually just in fees. And under the old law, terminating this trust would have required expensive court approval. Now, the trustee can simply distribute the funds directly, saving thousands in legal fees and preserving more money for the granddaughter's education. Now, change number 4 is increased protection from legal challenges. So change number 4 now creates a strict 120-day deadline for anyone to challenge your trust's validity. So I've seen families torn apart by legal challenges that came years after someone died. Now, if trustees provide proper notice, disgruntled family members have just 120 days to contest the trust, or they lose that right forever. And this prevents surprise lawsuits, and it protects your wishes from being challenged indefinitely. And it brings certainty to what up till now had been a rather uncertain process. Now, change number 5 is power of attorney clarity. So now agents under a power of attorney need explicit written permission to modify your trust. So here's the scenario. You become incapacitated and your daughter has power of attorney. She thinks she can modify your trust to make changes easier. Well, under the old law, this created some legal confusion, and the new law is now crystal clear. Unless your power of attorney specifically grants this power, she cannot touch your trust. This protects your original intentions while providing clarity for everyone. Now, I want to be clear. There may be instances where you want to provide that ability to your daughter. But again, prior to the change in the law, it was unclear. Now it's clear. If you want your daughter to have that ability, it has to be spelled out in the power of attorney. Now we're going to combine changes number 6 and 7, and this is having to do with the roles of professionals. So again, these deal with professional roles and trust modifications. The law now clearly defines who has fiduciary duties in complex trusts, and it improves the process for updating old trusts with better terms. And this makes it easier to find qualified professionals willing to serve and gives trustees more flexibility to adapt to changing tax laws. But there's a hidden danger. Now, here's the critical part most people miss. These opportunities come with some hidden dangers. First, some benefits only apply to trusts created after August 1st of 2025. So every day you wait is money potentially left on the table. Second, if your existing estate plan was created under the old rules, it's probably not taking advantage of these new protections. So you could be leaving your family vulnerable without even knowing it. Third, these are sophisticated tools. Trying to implement them without deep expertise can create costly mistakes that hurt your family for generations. Now, for example, here's a real client that I work with. I recently updated a plan for a Minnetonka couple with a $4 million estate. By properly structuring their trusts, we potentially save their family over $2 million in future estate taxes, while protecting the money they are leaving for their kids in the event they get divorced, get sued, suffer a job loss or medical emergency and need to go through bankruptcy protection, and even from estate taxes in their own estate. And that's the power of acting quickly with the right expertise. The families who benefit most from changes like these are the ones who act fast and worked with experienced professionals. If you're a Minnesota or Florida homeowner with substantial assets, don't let this opportunity slip away. If you would like to schedule a consultation to discuss your own planning or to discover more, visit our website at roulettelaw.com. And if you would like to discover even more, join us in my upcoming exclusive Masterclass, where I'll reveal the strategies I use with my private clients to help them avoid probate, save on taxes and unnecessary administrative costs, protect their children's inheritance from divorce and creditor claims, and much more. Sign up by clicking the link in the description below. Your family's legacy is too important to leave to chance. These new laws create an opportunity, but only if you act now. So the question isn't whether you can afford to work with an experienced estate planning attorney. The question is can you afford not to? If this video helped you understand these important changes, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell for more wealth protection strategies. Also, drop a comment below with your biggest question about these new trust changes, and I may answer it in an upcoming video. I hope you found this video helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in an upcoming video on the Masterclass. Be well.